the latest on NFL free agency Wednesday, all times EDT, 8:25 p.m. The Seattle Seahawks are bringing back linebacker Mychal Kendricks on a one-year deal despite his uncertain legal situation. Kendricks and the Seahawks reached agreement on the deal on Wednesday, according to a person with knowledge of the deal. The person spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity because the team had not announced the move. The deal is worth up to $5.5 million. Kendricks is still facing possible jail time after pleading guilty to insider trading charges last year. Kendricks started last season in Cleveland, but he was released in late August after he was charged. Seattle signed him before Week 2 and he played in 3 games prior to receiving an 8-game suspension from the NFL. He returned late in the season but suffered a broken leg against Minnesota and missed the rest of the season. Kendricks' sentencing is set for early April. Reporting by Tim Booth in Seattle ___8:15 p.m. The Tennessee Titans have agreed to terms keeping cornerback Ty Smith on a one-year contract. The Titans announced the deal Wednesday night. They signed Smith to a futures contract in January 2017 and the cornerback started one of the 15 games he played in, notching 11 tackles and an interception. He spent 2018 on injured reserve after being hurt during training camp. He has 19 career games in the NFL, having started with Seattle. Reporting by Teresa Walker in Nashville, Tennessee. 7:45 p.m. The Dallas Cowboys are keeping offensive tackle Cameron Fleming and fullback Jamize Olawale, agreeing to terms Wednesday on new deals with the unrestricted free agents. Fleming, the primary backup for starting offensive tackles Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, agreed to a 2-year deal. Fleming spent the first 4 seasons of his NFL career with the New England Patriots before signing a 1-year deal with the Cowboys last season. Olawale is getting a 1-year deal. Primarily a lead blocker, he played in all 16 games last season after being acquired in a trade from the Oakland Raiders. He also led the team with 13 special teams tackles. The Cowboys on Monday signed tight end Cody McElroy to a reserves futures contract. Reporting by Stephen Hawkins in Frisco, Texas ___7:40 p.m. The San Francisco 49ers have agreed to a trade to acquire Kansas City franchise pass rusher Dee Ford and are signing free agent running back Tevin Coleman. A person familiar with the moves confirmed them Wednesday. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because the deals have not been announced. The person says the 49ers will send a 2020 second-round pick to the Chiefs for Ford and give him a new contract. ESPN reported the deal will be worth $87.5 million over 5 years. Coleman will sign a 2-year deal that ESPN reported will be worth $10 million. Another person familiar with the deal says the team is re-signing defensive back Jimmy Ward to a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because the signing hasn't been announced. Reporting by Josh Dubow in Santa Clara, California ___7:10 p.m. A person familiar with the situation says the Carolina Panthers have agreed to a 1-year, $6 million contract with offensive tackle Darrell Williams. The person spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity Wednesday because the team hasn't announced the signing. Williams was rated as one of the better offensive tackles in 2017, starting 16 games at right tackle and being named second-team All-Pro. However, he missed 15 games last season after re-injuring his knee in the season opener. The 1-year deal gives Williams a chance to prove he's healed and deserves a long-term contract. Reporting by Steve Red ___7:05 p.m. The Chicago Bears have agreed to a 2-year contract with 2-time Pro Bowl kickoff returner Cordarrelle Patterson. The 27-year-old Patterson has 5,276 kick return yards on 176 attempts over 6 seasons with Minnesota 2013-16, Oakland 2017, and New England 2018. He has an NFL-leading 6 kickoff returns for touchdowns since his debut and made Pro Bowls in 2013 and 2016. Patterson has 1,872 yards receiving and 682 rushing in his career. The Bears released embattled kicker Cody Parkey as expected after one rough season while agreeing to contracts with running back Mike Davis 2 years, Buster Skrine 3 years, and offensive lineman Ted Larson 1 year. Parkey made 23 of 30 field goals during the regular season for the third lowest conversion rate in the NFL. He was 42 of 45 on extra points. 6 of his misses, counting the playoffs, hit uprights, including a 43-yard attempt in the closing seconds of the Bears' wildcard loss to Philadelphia at Soldier Field that also ricocheted off the crossbar after being tipped by an Eagles player. Chicago also placed exclusive rights tenders on offensive lineman Rashad Coward, linebacker Isaiah Irving and defensive end Roy Robertson Harris. Reporting by Andrew Seligman ____ 6:50 p.m. Tight end Clive Walford has agreed to terms on a 1-year contract with the Miami Dolphins. Walford, a Florida native who played for the Miami Hurricanes, had 61 catches and 6 scores in his first 2 NFL seasons with Oakland in 2015-16. But he played in only 1 game last year with the New York Jets. He joins 4 other tight ends on the Miami roster. Reporting by Stephen Wine ____ 6:47 p.m. The Arizona Cardinals have acquired tackle Marcus Gilbert from Pittsburgh for a 2019 6th-round draft pick. The Cardinals also released tight end Jermaine Gresham. The 31-year-old Gilbert started 87 of his 88 games at right tackle the past 8 seasons with the Steelers. Gilbert is expected to start on Arizona's rebuilt offensive line next season. Reporting by John Marshall ____ 6:45 p.m. Shamar Stephen has returned to the Minnesota Vikings to fill the defensive tackle spot opened by the departure of Sheldon Richardson for Cleveland. Stephen agreed to terms with the Vikings on a 3-year contract valued at $12.45 million, including $6 million guaranteed. After being drafted in the 7th round by the Vikings in 2014, primarily as a backup, Stephen played last season for Seattle. He had 25 tackles, 3 quarterback hits and 2 sacks in a largely run-stopping role. The Vikings also confirmed their agreement with linebacker Anthony Barr to stay with the team on a 5-year deal valued at $67.5 million with $33 million guaranteed. The cap-strapped Vikings have let Richardson and running back Latavius Murray leave as free agents this week. Reporting by Dave Campbell ____ 6:15 p.m. Linebacker Deon Buchanan and receiver Breshad Perriman have agreed to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on 1-year deals. Hunter Bradley Pinion also is set to sign with the Bucs, who also released defensive tackle Mitch Unrain to provide some relief under the salary cap on Wednesday. Buchanan spent the first 5 years of his career with Arizona. The decision to join the Bucs reunites him with former Cardinals coach Bruce Arians and one-time Arizona defensive coordinator Todd Bowles. Perriman had 16 receptions for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns for Cleveland last season. He agreed to a 1-year, $4 million contract with Tampa Bay after the Browns made a deal to acquire Odell Beckham Jr., reporting by Fred Goodall ___ 5:40 p.m. The Oakland Raiders have agreed to a deal with free agent receiver Tyrell Williams. A person familiar with the deal said on condition of anonymity that the Raiders will sign the former deep threat for the Los Angeles Chargers. Person spoke on condition of anonymity because the signing hadn't been announced. ESPN first reported the deal. Williams is the second big-time addition at receiver already this offseason for Oakland. The team previously agreed to acquire Antonio Brown in a trade with Pittsburgh and give him a new 3-year contract. Williams had 41 catches for 643 yards and 5 touchdowns last season. He averages 16.3 yards per catch for his career, the fifth highest mark among players with at least 100 catches since he entered as an undrafted free agent out of Western Oregon in 2015. Reporting by Josh Dubow ____ 5:30 p.m. Free agent quarterback Teddy Bridgewater is meeting with the Miami Dolphins to discuss a possible offer to play for his hometown team. A contract agreement would pave the way for the anticipated departure of Ryan Tannehill, who has been with the Dolphins since 2012. Bridgewater, a Miami native, was the backup last season to New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees, and they're hoping to re-sign him. But a deal with the Dolphins would give him a chance to start as they rebuild under new coach Brian Flores. Bridgewater was a first-round draft pick by the Minnesota Vikings in 2014. He went 17-11 as a starter in his first 2 NFL seasons but has started only 1 game since suffering a serious knee injury in August 2016. Reporting by Stephen Wine ___ 5:25 p.m. The Chicago Bears have agreed to a 1-year contract with veteran offensive lineman Ted Larson. The 6'3", 323-pound Larson has made 86 starts and played in 125 games over 9 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2010-13, Arizona Cardinals 2014-15, Bears 2016, and Miami Dolphins 2017-18. He made 8 starts at right guard for Chicago in 2016 and was part of a line that helped Jordan Howard run for 1,313 yards as a rookie. Larson played in 15 games for the Dolphins last season and made 13 starts at left guard. Reporting by Andrew Seligman ___ 5:20 p.m. The Los Angeles Chargers have resigned defensive tackle Brandon Mebane to a 2-year contract. Mebane will be going into his 13th season in the NFL and 4th with the Chargers. His 57 tackles for loss are the highest among active nose tackles. Mebane started 12 games this season with 53 tackles, 3 tackles for loss and 1 sack. He missed 4 games to help care for his newborn daughter, who died at 7 weeks due to a defective heart condition. Reporting by Joe Reedy ___ 5 p.m. The Patriots have extended qualifying offers to restricted free agent receiver Josh Gordon and defensive back Jonathan Jones. They placed second-round tenders on both, meaning any team that signed them would have to send back a second-round compensatory draft pick to New England. In Gordon's case, it keeps alive the possibility that he could rejoin New England if he's reinstated from his latest suspension for violating an agreement that allowed him to play after multiple drug suspensions. Gordon returned to the reserve commissioner suspended list indefinitely in December for breaking the terms of his reinstatement under the NFL substance abuse policy. He has been suspended several times by the NFL for violations of its drug policies since being drafted by the Browns in 2012. He missed the entire 2015 and 2016 seasons. Gordon's outlook improved with New England last season, where he landed in September in a trade after the Browns felt it was time to cut ties with him. He had 40 receptions for 720 yards and 3 touchdowns with the Patriots, 5 years removed from an All-Pro season in 2013 with 87 catches for 1,646 yards and 9 touchdowns. Reporting by Kyle Hightower ___ 4:45 p.m. Kansas City Chiefs have released safety Eric Berry, who missed nearly all of last season with a mysterious heel injury that cropped up early in training camp. The 5-time Pro Bowl safety would have been guaranteed $7.25 million of his salary if he was on the roster Friday. Berry was a first-round pick of the Chiefs in the 2010 draft and was a legitimate star when he was healthy, though that became increasingly uncommon. He missed most of one season with a torn knee ligament and most of another with a torn Achilles tendon. He also missed part of a season while he was undergoing treatment for cancer, which not only further endeared him to the Kansas City fan base but also to the NFL community at large. The Chiefs have already moved on from several high-priced veterans, cutting Justin Houston and trading fellow linebacker Dee Ford to San Francisco. They also have agreed to a 3-year contract with former Texans safety Tyrann Mathieu. Reporting by Dave Skretta, ____ 4 p.m. The New Orleans Saints have agreed to terms with free agent running back Latavius Murray on a 4-year contract. Murray played for the last 2 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings following 4 seasons with the Raiders. He was a 6th-round draft pick by Oakland in 2013. Murray ran for 578 yards with 6 touchdowns in 16 games, including 6 starts, for the Vikings in 2018. His 26 rushing touchdowns since 2016 rank 4th in the NFL. The 29-year-old Murray was a Pro Bowl pick with the Raiders in 2015, when he ran for 1,066 yards and caught 41 passes for 232 yards. It was his only 1,000-yard season. Reporting by Charles Odom, ____ 3:50 p.m. Four-time Pro Bowl guard Josh Sitton has been released by the Miami Dolphins, a decision that was expected as part of the team's youth movement. Sitton, 32, joined Miami last season and suffered a season-ending torn rotator cuff in Week 1. He last made the Pro Bowl in 2016 with the Chicago Bears. The release of Sitton adds $5 million to Miami's salary cap space. Reporting by Stephen Wine, ____ 3:40 p.m. Cornerback Pierre Desir has agreed to a 3-year, $25 million deal to stay with the Indianapolis Colts, a person with knowledge of the deal told the Associated Press. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because Indy had not yet made an official statement. Desir started 12 of 16 games last season and finished with 79 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. He is the second cornerback to re-sign with Indy. Earlier Wednesday, the Colts gave cornerback Chris Milton a 1-year contract extension. Indy also is expected to sign receiver Devin Funchess shortly after the official opening of free agency. Funchess spent his first 4 seasons in the league with Carolina. Reporting by Mike Merritt, ____ 3:15 p.m. The Browns may have filled a hole at linebacker, reaching agreement with free agent Adarius Taylor on a 2-year, $5 million contract, a person familiar with the deal told the Associated Press. Taylor, who spent the past 4 seasons with Tampa Bay, could move into the starting spot opened when Cleveland released Jamie Collins. The person who spoke on condition of anonymity because teams can't announce deals until 4 p.m. The 28-year-old Taylor made a career-high 10 starts last season and had 60 tackles with an interception and sack. The 6'1", 230-pound Taylor could move into the lineup along with Joe Schobert and Christian Kirksey. Reporting by Tom Withers, ____ 3:10 p.m. The Atlanta Falcons have released former starting right tackle Ryan Schroeder, saving the team about $3.5 million in cap space. Schroeder's agent, Joel Turner, confirmed the release to the Associated Press. Schroeder lost his starting job to Ty Sambrailo late last season. Sambrailo was signed to a 3-year extension last month. Schroeder's release on Wednesday is part of an offensive line makeover that includes the signings of free agent guards James Carpenter and Jamin Brown. Falcons also released kicker Matt Bryant, cornerback Robert Alford and defensive end Brooks Reed this offseason. Reporting by Charles Odom, ____ 2:50 p.m. The New England Patriots' twin combination in the secondary will remain intact for another season. A person familiar with the move says cornerback Jason McCourty has agreed to a 2-year deal to remain with the Super Bowl champions. The person spoke on the condition of anonymity to the Associated Press because teams are not permitted to announce any moves until later in the day. A second person familiar with a separate deal says defensive back Eric Rowe will sign a 1-year contract worth $4.5 million to join the Miami Dolphins. Rowe appeared in 4 games with the Patriots last season, 2 starts before being placed on season-ending injured reserve with a groin injury. For McCourty, who was signed to a one-year deal by the Patriots prior to last season, it means continuing playing alongside his twin brother and safety Devin McCourty. It also helps keep some continuity in New England's starting secondary, which features the McCourty brothers, safety Patrick Chung and cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Jason McCourty appeared in all 16 games during the 2018 season, including 12 starts at left cornerback. He finished with 1 interception and 10 passes defensed. Reporting by Kyle Hightower ____ 2:30 p.m. Los Angeles Chargers are signing Tyrod Taylor to a 2-year contract to be Phillip Rivers' backup, according to a person with knowledge of the deal. The person spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity on Wednesday because the deal had not been formally announced. NFL Network first reported the signing. Taylor has started 46 games during his 8-year career. He started the first 3 games last season for Cleveland before suffering a concussion and back injury against the New York Jets. Taylor was not able to regain his starting job due to the emergence of Baker Mayfield. Chargers coach Anthony Lynn was Taylor's offensive coordinator in Buffalo in 2016. Reporting by Joe Reedy ___ 2:20 p.m. According to a person with knowledge of the deal, the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to sign Pro Bowl kicker Jason Myers to a 4-year deal. The person spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity because the deal had not been formally announced. Myers was in a summer battle with veteran Sebastian Janikowski during Seattle's training camp last year. Janikowski won the job but Myers had the better season after being signed by the New York Jets. Myers was 33 of 36 on field goal attempts last year in New York. Reporting by Tim Booth ___ 2 p.m. Guard AJ Ken has agreed to terms on a 3-year contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars just hours before he would have become a free agent. Ken is expected to sign the new deal either later Wednesday or Thursday. NFL Network reported that it's worth $15 million. A third-round draft pick from South Carolina in 2015, Ken started 59 of 64 games over 4 seasons for the Jaguars. He should provide some continuity and stability up front for new quarterback Nick Foles, who is expected to formally agree to a 4-year, $88 million contract with the Jags when free agency officially opens. Ken, left tackle Cam Robinson, left guard Andrew Norwell and center Brandon Linder will be returning starters for a team that plans to have a run-first mentality. ____ 1:20 p.m. The Baltimore Ravens finally made their move during the NFL's free agent frenzy this week. A person with knowledge of the situation says the Ravens have signed running back Mark Ingram and safety Earl Thomas. Ingram played 8 years with the New Orleans Saints and Thomas arrives after a 9-year run with Seattle. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because the NFL's new year does not officially begin until 4 p.m. On Wednesday, the 29-year-old Ingram scored 50 touchdowns with the Saints and upgrades a Baltimore backfield that last year ended up counting heavily on rookie Gus Edwards. Thomas is expected to replace free safety Eric Weddle, who was released last week and signed with the Rams. Baltimore lost linebackers C.J. Mosley, Terrell Suggs and Zadarius Smith to free agency, a blow to the NFL's #1 defense in 2018. Reporting by David Ginsburg ___ 12:20 p.m. The Washington Redskins are making salary cap room by releasing linebacker Zach Brown and defensive lineman Stacey McGee. A person with knowledge of the decision says the team informed Brown he was being released. A second person says the team informed McGee he was being released. The people spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity Wednesday because the team hadn't announced the moves. Cutting Brown and McGee clears more than $8 million of salary cap space. Brown, 29, had 2 seasons left on a $21 million, 3-year contract he signed with Washington last spring. But he said in December he saw the writing on the wall about his future, and the Redskins released Brown after being unable to trade him. An injury limited Mychal, 29, to 8 games last season. Reporting by Stephen Wino ____ 12:20 p.m. The Tennessee Titans are keeping another of their pending free agents off the market. The Titans announced they have agreed to terms with offensive lineman Kevin Pamphile on a 1-year contract. Pamphile joined the Titans in 2018 and started at left tackle in Week 2 against Houston and at right tackle in Week 3 in a win at Jacksonville before a season-ending injury. He has started 35 of 56 games in his career, with starts at left guard, left tackle, right tackle, and 3 games at tight end in his 5 seasons in the NFL. ____ 12:10 p.m. Linebacker Preston Brown got a 3-year extension from the Bengals, who signed him last year from Buffalo. He was durable during his time with the Bills, but hurt his right ankle in the season opener with Cincinnati and missed the next 2 games. Brown returned and played in 6 more before a knee injury ended his season. The Bengals have resigned 2 of their potential free agents, Brown and right tackle Bobby Hart. ____ 11:30 a.m. The New Orleans Saints have agreed to terms on a new 5-year contract with kicker Will Lutz. Lutz made 28 of 30 field goal attempts and 52 of 53 extra points in 2018, his 3rd year with the Saints. Lutz's 93.3% field goal accuracy ranked 5th in the NFL last season. He made a club record 26 consecutive attempts. His streak of 36 games in a row with a field goal, the second longest string in NFL history, ended when he didn't have an attempt in the final regular season game. Lutz ranked 3rd in the league with 64 touchbacks on kickoffs. ____ 11:15 a.m. A person with knowledge of the decision tells the Associated Press the Atlanta Falcons have agreed to terms with guards James Carpenter and Jamin Brown. Carpenter's 4-year deal is worth $21 million. Brown's 3-year deal is worth $18.75 million. The person spoke on the condition of anonymity Wednesday morning because the signings won't be official until the NFL's new year begins at 4 p.m. EDT. On Tuesday, quarterback Matt Ryan agreed to restructure his contract to clear salary cap room. With $8.75 million of his 2019 base salary to be paid as a signing bonus, the team cleared $7 million in cap space, more than doubling available funds for free agency and the NFL draft. Guard was the Falcons' most glaring need. Carpenter and Brown may move into starting jobs at left guard and right guard, respectively. The Falcons lost Andy Levitre, Ben Garland and Zane Beadles to free agency. Brown, whose 26th birthday is Friday, was released by the Rams last season before signing with the Giants, where he was an immediate starter. Carpenter was limited by a shoulder injury to 10 games with the Jets last season. Reporting by Charles Odom ____ 11:05 a.m. With the NFL's legal tampering period ending at 4 p.m. Wednesday, the flurry of agreements reached the last 2 days will become official. That includes mega trades involving